the Jonah Bagamu, the Topper Grade, Nathaniel Mani Massacre, St. Martin's Catholic High School, the Salvation Army, the Local Road Church of Christ, the Full Gospel, the Muslim Solidarity, the LAG Foundation, St. Peter's Episcopal, St. Mark's Lutheran, led by the public school, Small Women Memorial, Phoebe Lutheran, EJ Yansen, Para Nyagabi, Salvation and Paul Area Salvation Army, Yola International, Zwana Memorial Institute, Wako Wakamo, Philadelphia, and the NCA. The secondary advantage. So we want to say to all of those schools name and even those that will not make it because of our activities, we want to say in a special way to them, thank you for coming, thank you for honoring our invite. To be able to do a rehearsal what you learn that will help you in selecting your career. We don't want someone saying, if I knew, I wouldn't have gone to this profession. Or perhaps you go in the middle, you want to make a U-turn, it might be too late for you. Sometimes if you select a career that you have so much passion for, while they pay you, they're not paying you, you will always be committed and dedicated in discharging your functions in said career. But if you go there because you think that money is there, and regrettably, you go in and get money, your life is not miserable in that career. And you may not have the time to make a U-turn. Perhaps you have a family to attend to. Time is no longer in your favor. When you look at age, they want to be behind. And more than want to help you, right? So let us make maximum use of this event.
This profession stands for compassion and kindness, care and service, respect for human life, professionalism, discipline and responsibility, honesty and integrity, teamwork and cooperation, dedication to humanity, and lessons are also expected to treat patients equally, regardless of the race, religion, nationality, or social status of that person, unless it is expected to treat them well. We also say lessons should handle the patients with what we call confidentiality. Somebody can tell you something before they walk out of your facility is already on plus 2. Then you are not playing the role as a professional nurse. So who should become a nurse? This is coming to you all. Who should become a nurse? People who should become a nurse are those who, one, love helping others. If you are someone that loves to help others, you can become a nurse. If you are someone too that has compassion for sick people, you can become a nurse. If you are someone that is patient and understanding, you can become a nurse. If you are someone that also works under pressure, someday it can be easy. So if you can stand tension, when you become a nurse, you will back off. So you should be someone that can stand tension, can work under pressure. We also say those who should become a nurse should have discipline and they should be hard working. They should have interest in health and in science and healthcare. So if you are a science student, yes, you can become a nurse. We also say someone who in the society. Positive difference. You want to make a positive difference in society, you can become a nurse. Nursing is suitable also for individuals who are willing to sacrifice their time, their energy to care for humanity. This is an appeal on a recommendation to the district education officer and our honorable house of caucus. At least they should have maybe a calendar that each school should have a career day and wellness. Not only to dress in their attire and go, but it should be on the campus where students will have people that are living this profession, people that are doing this profession to go to them and speak to them. If I can get myself there, if you can send 10 persons in your room and tell and ask them what you want to be after high school and why you intend doing that, they will tell you I'm worried because my friend worried. They will tell you I'm worried because my friend is worried. The first thing about choosing a career is you have as an individual, you have to know what you enjoy doing. That's the first thing. You have to understand what is it I'm good at? What is it I enjoy doing as an individual? You have to have a passion. And passion is that desire burning, that effect, that push you, that drives you to what you want to be. So before choosing a career, ask yourself today and leave from here, what is it I'm good at? What drives me? What is it I enjoy doing? What is it that I do? It gives me excitement. That is the first part to choosing a career. If you know what drives you, what gives you excitement, if you go to do that thing, you will definitely enjoy doing it. I don't care the stress. You will not care the burnout. You will enjoy doing it. Don't be, I'm going to my lesson. Lesson I live. Who is a doctor? A doctor is a qualified, trained professional that is trained in diagnosis of disease, prevention of disease, and treatment of disease. Then we can both say we are a doctor. We have one of the greatest professions. You know why? We are in charge of God's greatest creation, which is mankind. We are in charge of God's greatest creation ever, which is what? Mankind. So being a doctor comes with so much responsibility. Being a doctor comes with so much stress and work. But we are not going to discuss the stress part about it. You know that doctors have one of the, there's a profession that have one of the most suicidal rates. Yes, in other countries. People can have maybe they're very proud, they go to medical school, they succeed. Some of them just walk into the sea and drown themselves. People kill themselves. So becoming a doctor, you have to know that I said from my previous statement, you have to be passionate about something before going to do it. You have to be passionate about it. So before becoming a doctor, you have to pass through high school. That's the pathway. From high school, you have to go to university. That was the usual trend until now. People are evolving. Things will not stay the same. So for now, there's a program being run at the University of Liberia where they call it pre-med program. So you don't have to pass through the channel like I did. From high school, I can spend 4 years on graduate, go to university. After that, I went and spent 5 years. And that is 9 years in total. My learning still hasn't stopped. So the first thing is what? Being a doctor, you will spend a long time in training. You will spend a very, very long time in training.
You understand that is about safeguarding rights, ensuring that society is in order. Just imagine a country where there is no police accountability, no property rights, no election, no contract, no protection for women and children, no order in school, no limits to power. Just imagine that society. What will happen? That can be led into the animal kingdom, where the survivor is a fetus, where the strongest survive, the strong dominate the environment. But unfortunately for us, here on earth, for humans to set in laws to guide us, and that's why law is important. What you don't understand is that law, without law, there is no civilization. So they will have a country of democracy. You are issued today, you are standards. You know what they will say, okay, kind of speaking like you let walk out the club like, wear uniform, wear this color uniform. Girls, you are part of your hair, you have to be attached. You gotta wear certain clothes, you can't come with short trousers, you can't come with slippers. You gotta do this. You gotta come to school at this point. Everything is about law. All you people be talking today, well, doctor, nurse, whoever is speaking, the person who is listening today, everything is based on law. Because law guides all the professions. I'm a member of the company, but I'm just a member of the vice president of the company, but many of the several men for all the company. Right? And this part, the income of the company started with small things, that's why you need to learn. Focus on consistency, that it starts with reading. Law is about reading, it's about research. But some of you who are already in the pathway, English is very quiet language. English. Have an appetite to read. You say everybody to plenty of read, you have an appetite. And one of my colleagues said, I don't want to piggyback on that, but it will take time. Everything we do, whatever profession we do, is upon passion, your drive. It will be something that you enjoy, not going that God says you go there. Other than that, you get lost at some point. And then you ask yourself, why am I doing here? There's not a thing that should be. So you should enjoy what you do. So to be a lawyer, you should be somebody who loves reading a book. You should be somebody who loves history, who has history. Civics. All encompasses law. So civics, social studies, all those things.
Confusion is part of the reality when you're coming from high school. You can't know what to do. In countries where career development are prioritized for young people, people start to guide you from the time you are in elementary school. They start to look at you and see what you got passion in, and they start to encourage you in that direction. But in our own country, in most times we got to find out for ourselves. Sometimes you are like me, you wouldn't look at the dress code. When I listen to that just now, she said you must have passion. Don't follow people. Don't take a career only because your friend going right. That was a piece of advice there for us. I was about to take a career only because of the dress code. Till I don't like to see blood. I want to be a nurse. Then I have phobia in looking at blood. Anyway. So, many of you, like myself, you got to find it for yourself. And that's why this program is important for me. If you have never had a time to think about it, please think about it. I know Monday will be your wax, meaning you almost out, but think about it. Because the more you think about it, the better it is for you to make a decision. You don't want to go to venture in and And later say, oh, actually I am satisfied, this is not what I wanted for myself. After 2-3 years, you will be behind and your colleagues will be moving ahead. Time doesn't wait for anybody. Time runs out whether or not you like it. You will be graduating this year, whether or not you make a decision. 2026 will pass by. They will not say, oh, this student had not made a decision, so we cancel 2026 and wait for them to make a decision. Isn't it? The year will have to run. You will be faced with 2027. Your colleagues will be moving ahead, you will still be thinking what to do. So I mean, now the situation, I need to know what to do. Even though I got my little typing skill, but this is not what I want to do. I want to become a professional nurse. I started becoming emotional. My friends are in Continental. Some of them have traveled. I'm still sitting here in Uganda. I got more confused, and I'm beginning to cry, to harass my parents. I'm telling you this story because people can be confused. But in the midst of confusion, there can be lights. What do you do with those lights? Do you push it and continue to be confused? Or do you take chances and move your life ahead? I already told you, time is not, it hasn't waited for anybody. So I'm not sure time will wait for you.
World Economics teaches managing resources. Your body is a resource. Your time is a resource. And everything you own is a resource. The better you manage it, the good is for you. The less you manage it, the worse it becomes for you. So today, as you leave from here, and you will not take anything from here, learn to manage your own body first before you think about resources, because it's part of your resource. Graduating from this school and taking the same work you are going to take. But I was thinking, where will this caveat go? But if you were here by then, and those who sat with me in this hall, some of them will tell you, like my mother said, something was eating inside of me. That was to become a pharmacist. Me, I really was just enticed. Love to look at the elements and the interaction concerning the table, the elemental table in our chemistry. So that was something you couldn't get off my mind. So when we were doing chemistry, our mug here, almost the whole class walked out. Maybe 1 or 2 of us left in here. But I was here until the end, I finished and I gave it. But little did I know, that was not the career path. Career is a lifelong journey. Hello? Career is a what? Lifelong journey. It should not be about feelings. It should be about well-calculated, established facts that you really love, have passion for, that you want to do. Not just mere feelings, like you said. Looking at somebody wearing the beautiful, madam, where you can say, you see how sparkling she is? How does it, mama? Many people are enticed by that, and they jump to say they want to be nurses. So, if you are to go at the hospital, somebody are on their phones because they are disappointed in what they are seeing there. If Madame Tomei was to be in that white suit, because she's afraid of blood, she definitely will be
be some of the people who can be on their phone and patients are suffering and they cannot go there. So economics is about making choices and managing our resources. If you want to choose economics as a career, don't be afraid. You have great leaders that will talk to you. But I can bet you, if you become an economist, you can work in diverse sector. You can work for government. You could be an economist at the central bank. You could be a governor or the chief economist or whatever it would be. Data person in the government. That is public sector. But you could also work in the private sector. You could be a data analyst. You could be a development person in the private sector, advising clients as to how they manage their resources and make choices based on the economic tools available to you. Some economists will say, well, the qualitative and quantitative toolkit, meaning you have to calculate, you have to think analytically to make decisions. So those who are economists can advise business owners as to what risks to take and which one not to take.
As we go about our presentation, we have 4 key learning objectives, 4 things that we want you to learn, 4 things that we are interested in you, acquiring from here today and carrying with you. We want to know what entrepreneurship is and who can become an entrepreneur. We also want to know why entrepreneurship matters for Liberia. Every time we say, hey, the country is so tough, things are difficult, you can't find jobs, money base is high, food prices are high. The question is, what are we doing about solving those problems? The solution to some of those things is lasting entrepreneurship. Okay? And then our third learning objective is to know some of the challenges that young entrepreneurs in Liberia are confronted with and what they can do about addressing those problems. Some of you might already be into entrepreneurship through your small rural markets, your painting and your ride, and even those who do agriculture. And some of you might be faced with a lot of challenges, but you're kind of wondering, how do you go about addressing these problems and become successful business people? So part of this presentation will be to guide you in terms of how you can navigate your way through when there are complex situations, especially when you are at the beginning stage of your business life. And then finally, you also need to know how each of us here can go about becoming an entrepreneur. Even if you don't have an entrepreneur mindset, or maybe you don't have it on your list about how you can become an entrepreneur, and whatever skill that you want to acquire in college, you also need to do some things in terms of how you can go about becoming an entrepreneur. You need to learn new skills, okay? Those things that are causing us to fail, that are causing the business not to expand, we need to learn skills about how we can solve it, okay? We need to read a lot. When they say read, we need to research. Even if you didn't go to school, you need to ask other people who went into that business to share their experience with you. That way you will be able to know exactly how to confront certain problems when they come about. You need to observe and identify problems. You need to take it, and at the same time, starting small doesn't mean that you're not good. It's just about the mindset and the approach that you engage that idea with. Next slide. So in essence, to be a good entrepreneur, you need to be disciplined, you need to be honest, you need to be persistent, you need to be hardworking, and you need to be a leader. Okay?
See what our parents are doing, and we try to copy what our parents are doing. Will it make no sense if our parents are drunkards? Will we want to be a drunkard? No. If our parents are accountants, will we want to be an accountant? Yes. If a parent is a driver, and that's how we saw when we were kids, we want to be a driver, right? So my father was a seaman. I wanted to be a seaman. So I worked at the port. So there was this man who and I was working on the gangway on Joseph Kolleh. He had a fortunate situation. He had lived in Germany. And for some reason, he was deported. He ended up in Liberia, and we were working together. So one day he called me on the side. He said, "John, you don't belong here." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "No, you don't belong here. Have you heard about accounting?" I said, "No." He said, "But what you wanted to do?" I said, "I wanted to be a seaman." He said, "No, go and register in the commercial school for bookkeeping and accounting." That was the beginning of my journey. I did not plan it. It was an external advice from an older man. And today, I'm not going to list all my accolades. I'll be General John Muller. When John Muller lists his degrees, will go across Banga Street. I'm not going to list mine. But here I am, Finance and Budget Officer in the third next office of the Republic, the Speaker. I'm the Finance and Budget Officer of the Speaker because of an advice I was giving an obscure person who saw in me that I did not belong on the gangway. I should do accounting. I did accounting, graduated 1980, went to LU 1982, graduated 86. And worked in various entities as controller, chief financial officer, financial consulting, controller, auditor. Now this is the part I'm coming to stress to you. I've already told you that you should be accountant, right? I'm advising you now, once you do your first degree in accounting, please do not look for work other than being in an accounting firm. Please, after college, look for work in an accounting firm. Why am I saying this? If after your BBA, you find work in LRA or maybe customs or Freeport or LPRC, you'll be limited to one section of the accounting cycle. Accounting is a cycle from cash to retained earnings. The only way you'll be strong to call yourself an accountant, you should be rounded. And you will be rounded only if you went and sought job in an accounting firm. In an accounting firm, you will not make money. I'm going to tell you that now. But after 1 year, you will be strong. You will be sought after. People will look for you.
The first question is, who are you? You have to answer the question who you are. Who you are as a person, your identity. What you are. Who you are, what you can do. And the next question is, where are you going as an individual? Where do you want to go in your career? The next question is, what can you do? What ability do you have to do certain things? And the last question is, where are you from? So if we can answer this question along the way, I pray that the presentation at the end of the day will be able to answer this question and will help us in selecting who we want to be or the career that we have decided to choose along the way. Because the decision or the choices that we have made today based on the career we will select, it does not only affect you, but it also affects your community and the nation at large. Having said that, I will be speaking to you shortly on geology. Geologists, no matter what ask, I don't know if how many of us have heard that career name, geologist. I am a geologist. Geologist in the University of Liberia at most is supposed to be taking like about 4 years. But during my time, I took like 8 years. 8 years doing geologist. But now, the system has been improved to the extent that people take 4 or 5 years to be able to complete geology. And for someone to decide to do geology, there are certain courses that you need to be good at.
and it requires physics, math, it requires chemistry, and so forth. So you cannot decide to be a geologist if you don't know the sciences courses. And also being a geologist, there are certain skills that a person needs to have. One, you have to have communication skills. Two, you also have to have a skill of being patient. You have to be patient. Another one is you have to be a person that can study under pressure. Because during my time, I can remember when we have the exam going on, we would go and camp. I would camp among the boys. We'll be camping for some time, 1 week, 2 weeks, studying for a particular exam. I can remember this day, we studied the whole night. We couldn't sleep the whole night period. When I went for the exam, because I didn't have the opportunity to close my eyes to sleep, my brain blocked out. I had to lay my head on the table and rest for 20 minutes before I was waking up, before I could remember anything. It's how intense the study is. So, but anyone can do it. If I can do it as a woman or girl back then, you yourself you can do it. There is nothing that is challenging for anyone as long as you put your mind to it. As an engineer, you have to get out of your comfort zone. It can never be comfortable for an engineer, especially geologists. Because I can remember the very first time I went in the bush, I had this hair that was very long. And we were moving in the bush because you will have to walk some time from here all the way to almost Kakata Point because the distance can be long. You will spend 2 days walking. So they extent when you walk, you will feel under your feet. There will be bruises under your feet because of the distance you have acquired. So just to be able to make an assessment on a particular mineral, it is tough. You will even encounter snakes. If you somebody that you are afraid of snakes, you get through this because you will see a lot of snakes. And even during the rain, the sunshine, you will be in the bush. It's just like animal. You in the jungle. You have to get comfortable with the bush. You can't say, oh, I have to be in my comfort bed. Just be lying down and be wearing maybe any clothes I feel like. Because certain projects, if you go around, you can't even take back with baby soap because of the scent. If you move in the bush, if the animal smell, the fragment from the soap or even the perfume, you will have bees coming all on you to sting you, so you have to forgo some of those things for some time. So if it's someone that want to be involved into the secondary dressing and so forth, it means you have to think twice to do it because it becomes difficult to a certain point. And the interesting thing about it is this. Also, it has a very thick salary. So if you go through the process of learning and you are in the Western world, geologists make not less than 25,000. But for Labrador, as you know, although he has to try to Kolleh, but still the salary is encouraging.
Keep going. Yeah, you have to say that. There are few professions. And you see women in the engineering, I don't want to know. I saw a woman. And you see any woman can beat men forever days. Don't want to know. That's not a woman. So let's put our hands together for her. And thank you, Sis Alice. We are grateful for our students to learn from your wisdom. So with that being said, we will now move to our next presenter, the Director of Press and Public Affairs of the Honorable House of Representatives, Ambassador Robert Benjamin Hayes.
Journalism as a career. So I know many of you know that journalism, the people who sit on the radio, people who write news stories, people who are bloggers. Now that we have modern-day realities in terms of the internet, we have people who do live streaming. What's interesting? Journalists are people who should be very careful, people who should be curious. But there are key issues in becoming a journalist. And I listened to all of our speakers who spoke earnestly. Honesty matters in this business. Truth telling. You're not going to be a blackmailer to go to SDA school and you want to lie on SDA for no reason in the name of them giving you money. That's bad journalism. It's not good journalism. Okay? So we strive to say journalism informs, educates, sometimes entertain. If you listen to the radio, maybe Radio Banga or some of the stations here, you listen, most times you hear talk show in the morning, you hear news, you hear music play, alright? So the radio is there to give us information, it's there to entertain, it's there to inform us. But make no mistake, you aspiring to be a journalist is a very unique thing. You will interact with several big people. Now you see, I'm a very young guy. I'm the spokesperson for all the lawmakers in Nigeria. Alright? But first, I am a professional journalist. Like you heard the Honorable say, he and I went to school together at the university. He was doing political science, major. I was doing political science, minor. I was doing mass communication, major. He was doing it, minor. So we have our classes just like this. Alright? A journalist is a person who collects information, investigates facts. It's not whether you like the person or you like them and to lie on them. You gotta be able to investigate facts. As a journalist, you have to know that. You have to be able to pronounce clearly so the public gets to understand exactly your message. When you're writing a news story, leave big words. Your point is to get the message across. Okay? You hear me? You follow me? Your point is to get the message across. There are a lot of people who listen to the radio. Majority of them, they are data degree holder, some are master's degree holder, and then some do not go to school. So your message should be for everybody. The woman in this school, the local council should be able to hear you of the news you're giving, so she's able to interpret it or to tell somebody what is happening. I encourage all of you, some of you who want to be journalists, let me say this. In a matter that you love entertainment, make use of listening to radio. Make use of listening to radio. Listen to news. It will inform you of the surrounding to know what's happening. It also educates you to know what is happening across the world. So these are challenges, right? Teacher by assignment is saying the word from, they're saying the protest, now they put a protesting. Then criticism from the public. Sometimes people just criticize you as a journalist. Maybe you sit on the radio in the morning, you do a talk show. You let things to them. You gotta say it's too huge, you get really late, the next thing you want to talk on a story, or you just talking about him talking away, and you don't know fast about him. Somebody call you to the show, they listen to the radio and know Kolleh very well, and they try to correct you, that's the event. So you journalists, you have to be able to listen, you can learn. Because the world is a small place.
Listen to geologists. It's a theme of our industry. Sometimes people on the vessels, if they talk to your family, so now 2 times a day during your resting hour. The rest of the time, you don't hold telephone. If you want to talk, you got specific area on the vessels, you go downstairs, you communicate with your family. Right after that, 12 hours, you on the dock, 12 hours. You're not looking at phone, not looking at anything. You'll be there for that month. If the vessel is leaving from Africa to go maybe America or Europe, so now it takes you 6 months, 7 months. While you are there, you are far away from your family. That is the career path that the Philippines are taking. Millions of them are involved with the maritime industry. Also, marine engineer. We also have people who are supposed to specialize. Specifically, one of the local, what could be mechanical engineers on board the vessels. Maybe the vessel has
failure. We already on the work. We can't come back on them to find somebody. So we need to train people who will be knowledgeable only to that area. When the issue of the engine failure comes in, that person will be able to repair the vessel's engine while we are navigating international waters. Port managers. In contemporary day, we have people who are trained to manage ports around the world. Because there are basic things you need to understand as a port manager. How do you direct your port? In other words, how can you increase the size of your port? So maritime lawyer. When issues of maritime crime occur on the high seas, also you need people to make representation to argue. The same way the lawyers can go to court to go argue on cases. It's the same way that in the maritime industry we have people going to the International Court of the Law, the Sea in Germany, to go make cases on behalf of the first state, that is the maritime country, issue involving to two vessels that have different country flag. That's exactly fact. Maritime challenges, some of the challenges we have, maritime pollution, piracy, climate change, all the world because of greenhouse gas emission or illegal fishing in acidic seas that we talk about earlier. So to conclude, the maritime sector is vital to the world economy, international trade, security, transportation. It connects nations, creates jobs, support economic growth, protection and development of maritime resources, important for coastal nations, including Liberia. So that note, I'd like to encourage you as you make a decision when you graduate from high school to look at this industry. Very, very interesting. It is a well-paid industry as well. The salary is very, very interesting. So I'd like to say thank you as you're about to do your wife. On next Monday, I wish you all the best. God bless you. I hope to see some of you in the maritime industry in years to come.
Thank you so much. The more we are together, the more we are together, the happier we will be.
In pursuit of your career goals and aspirations, there are obstacles and challenges that you'll be confronted with. What will you do? When many people talk or hear about the word law enforcement, they will not think that law enforcement is about police officer wearing a uniform. No. They will not think about police officer directing traffic. No. They will not talk about police officer making an arrest. Hello, everybody? But let me come to tell you today, that law enforcement is far more than that. Law enforcement is all about service. One thing in law enforcement is service, and the service comes with passion to serve. One of the things in your career path I must acknowledge today is to have passion. If you don't have passion to serve in any capacity as a teacher, as a medical doctor, you will take the wrong path. And that's the reason why we see today people as estimating their roles and responsibility. If you ever have the provision of the Lord to say, I'm joining the police to get rich, this career path is not for you. Say, it's not for me. If you want to get rich to the detriment of society, law enforcement is all about leadership. Law enforcement is about discipline. Law enforcement is about being courageous. Law enforcement is about protecting humanity. The passion to serve. If you don't have the passion to serve, today you are sitting here today, Mama and Papa depend on you. You are the next representative of Bong County. You are the next Inspector General of Police sitting here. You are the next medical practitioner sitting here. You are the next minister sitting here. But in the pursuit of a career, there are drowned children away. There are obstacles. So that when you look around you, you see some of your friends on the street. you obedient to your parents?
Opportunity for us, not only our students, us, to learn from your experience and your wisdom. And congratulations for being honored in 2019 as the LIP officer in Liberia with integrity. Congratulations.